Hello friends, welcome to this week's video here at Magnolia's Place. I'm Carole Parsons, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in South Carolina, and each Monday I post a video, either a regular tutorial like this week or every other week a mystery stamping event. So these are the cards we're going to make tonight. This one, well, it's nighttime here. And before I get all to that, I want to remind you for another week, this special is going on in my blog. If you make an order at my online store, $50 or more, you will get the tutorials for all of these things. This big card, easel card, stands up like that. This one, big cards, those two. This 3D fan, isn't that cool? I love this paper. This is all made with the Kintsugi Inspirations bundle and the coordinating designer series paper. And that's not all. The box, 9 cards, and that fan are all in the tutorial for all these things. How cool is that? Just for buying stuff you already want anyway. Yeah. Buy it and get more for free. All right. So, now, back to our regularly scheduled program here. We're going to make one of these bookmark cards. After this one, I think I have directions for 3 left in my stash of goodies. I want to show you the supplies that we'll be using. Let's see. This is the beautiful gallery. Where did I write that down? Uh-oh, did I just send you? I did. Sorry. Okay. Beautiful gallery blooms. No, wait a minute. Yeah, beautiful gallery designer series paper. Sorry about that. The designer series paper. We're not using any of the gallery blooms stamps though, or dies, just the paper. And this also coordinates with that set. And this is called pressed flower motifs, these cute little embellishments. And we'll also be using not the Spotlight on Nature stamp set, although I just thought, you know what? This would be cool for the envelope. Oh, how about that? We are going to use the dies that coordinate with those stamps. And we'll use the 3rd and 4th largest dies. There are 2 sets of circles in this die set. They're like the 2 largest are the same size. They just have a different pattern that they cut out. All right. And paper. We're going to use, this is Lost Lagoon, Secret Sea, and Very Vanilla. Okay, so let's get started here. I'll show you this one first. Isn't that paper pretty? I just love this paper. I'm on my 3rd pack now. Yeah, I've just used it up like crazy. And, oh, we'll also be using this, I forgot. I use this all the time. I guess I think it's a foregone conclusion. Are we going to use Unbounded Love? Yes. There's just a bazillion phrases in there. Sentiments, greetings. We used them in class this past week, and the girls were using them like mad. I think all 3 projects. I had other stamps, but they kept going to this one. And these dies, which are gorgeous, and they hold these sentiments perfectly. but we won't use the dies tonight, just the sentiments. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and we're going to make this little triangular shape pocket to hold the bookmark there. And I've already sent bookmarks to my great nieces, and I think my next round of bookmark cards will be to my friends in my Bible study. So I'm going to be making them to send to them. All right, so the first thing we need is a card base. That's not it. Hang on a second. I need to get the paper trimmer anyway. And, oh, I already cut this to take pictures with, but I need to cut it again so that you can see how to do it. Hang on. All right. So we need 5.5 by 8.5. So 5.5. It's already 8.5 across. And then we're going to score at, I think it's 1 3/4. I'm where you can see, yeah. 1 3/4 and 4 1/4 on the long side. Now turn it around so that the larger side is to your left, and I'm going to score on these lines just so they might show up a little bit better. And we're going to do this. So the first thing we want to do is get this cutting blade. Oh, I'm sorry, I just knocked right into that. Do you see these measurements here? We want this cutting blade at 3.5. So I have it at 3.5 right there. And I'm going to carefully pick that up and put our paper in here. Remember, with the biggest side to the left. And we're going to line up on the tracks right where the score line is. And it's still at 3.5. So we're going to cut, oops, there. We're going to cut from 3.5 up to the top. Then we're going to, is that down too far? Can you see that? Yeah, okay. We're going to, I'm going to make a mark here so you can see that. You know what? I've got a white pencil in here. That would be a good idea. All right. Right where the cutting ended, right here. Can you see that? Yeah, okay. So we want to line up the corner of the card on the track, and then we want to make sure that we keep that on the track and get that white dot, there we go, in the track also. So, oh, the dog is talking to us. She's probably saying, "Mommy, I want to go out and play." There. All right, now we want to cut just up to that white line. And this almost didn't quite catch it. There we go. So what you're doing is cutting away this part, and you'll have this part for some other project. Every little bit of paper helps. Okay. Now, oh, you know what though? I just cut this out of Secrecy instead of, yeah, but what do I have cut over here? I should do that again with Lost Lagoon. Sorry about that. I have been a little off all day. Have you ever had one of those days? Just doing goofy things. Probably why the dog is talking to me. She's probably telling me I'm doing something else goofy. Okay, let's do this again. All right, 5.5 by 8.5. And we want to score at 1 3/4 and 4 1/4. Got the right color paper this time. Flip it over here. And I want to have to get, oops, sorry, I'm giving you seasickness here. There. Got that at 3.5. Can you hear Tesla talking to you? She is a miniature, there we go, 3.5 up. A miniature Australian Shepherd. Smartest dog on the planet. Does every dog owner say that? But Australian Shepherds really are brilliant. This is the third one we've had. And she's so sweet. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking with gas, as my grandma used to say. So let's get the bone folder. And let's see what I can do about that. Okay. Reinforce our score lines. Okay. Now we want to put adhesive just on the bottom part of this little pocket. And I would like to use some tear and tape. So okay. And you'll notice that it's running off the edge. That's okay because I want it to go all the way to that point. All right, and somewhere where did I put my, here it is. Take your pick tool. I have no nails, so there we go. There we go. Now that is all set. Over there one more time. And the third and fourth largest, this is the third largest in Secret Sea, and the fourth largest in Very Vanilla. You could use Basic Beige, I think, very well on this too. Actually, even Whisper White, Basic, well, what are we calling it now? Yeah, Basic White would be fine. But I chose this. All right, now we need to do our little paper things. So I measured when I was putting together this tutorial, and oh, that's what that other blue paper was for. Duh. With this one, I didn't have any additional layers, just the vanilla and the DSP on here. But with this, I got to looking at this and it bothered me that this had an additional layer, but this doesn't. So this time we're going to put an additional layer here. So first we'll lay down the Secret Sea. Oh, take the lid off. I told you I was a little off today. My new replacement Stampin' Seal finally came from Ups. Yay! All right. Now, couldn't figure out a minute ago why that other wasn't fitting. All right, these can go together on here, but I wanted this to overlap a little. So the measurements are, they'll all be listed. I've got a PDF file for you that will be posted in the description box in the video. I'll put them on my blog. And Secret C is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. That's for the front flap. Wait a minute. Inside, Carol. All right. Inside Secret C was 4 by 5 1/4. There we go. Very Vanilla is 2 by 5. And the Designer Series paper is 1 3/4 by 5. Yeah. Oh. Haha. Here was the other the other piece of Lost Lagoon that I just cut another one of. Oh boy. And I have blonde hair too, see? Blonde moment. Okay. Let's try this again. All right. So let's put down the Very Vanilla, or you may choose basic white or basic beige. And okay, do we want this up? Yes. I like it better that way. All right. And we want it to overlap just a little, teeny bit. So that's going to be perfect. Ah. Uh-oh. Okay. Now, oh, I know, puppy. All right, and then I've got a little piece of scrap that I always like to just kind of decorate with, so I'm going to put that right there. But I don't want to put any more adhesive on my surface paper that I'm working on. Oh, it's thundering. Tesla, is that what you're talking to us about? Are you telling everybody it's thundering here? Let's turn this over just a tad. Scooch it over. Technical term there, scooch. There we go. Okay. That's a little adhesive there. And this is closed. We can do the bookmark now. So here's the bookmark. And this is made of 3 pieces. We've got the base part of it is Lost Lagoon, and that is 2 1/8 by 5. And then the Secret C layer that will go on top is 2 by 4 7/8. And then the DSP that will go on the very top is 1 7/8 by 4 3/4. Okay. We need some, well, I knocked something off. I think that was the stamp. I'll find it in a minute. We need ribbon. I love this grid paper because it's got measurements on the bottom. About 8 inches Well, for me anyway. Some people can tie knots and bows with more room. A little arthritis has found my hands, so I have a little bit of problem there. All right, so we will. You know what? I'm going to use my handy dandy silicone mat here. I love this thing. I have 3 or 4 of them running around here. So, is it hot where y'all are? It has been hot here in South Carolina, let me tell you. Nothing new for us. Our summers are a little brutal. Okay. And when I did the measurements for this, I put them at 1/8 of an inch smaller each time, but on the card front and inside there, 1/4 of an inch. Now we need a hole punch, and I want, here it is, 1/8. All right, and so what direction do we want this to be? This way. All right, so at the top, that's right. Okay. I can eyeball the center. I say this and I'm going to mess up, but usually I can eyeball the center pretty good. Not bad at all. I know, and you're saying, how is she going to get that ribbon in that little bitty old hole? Well, with this handy dandy little gizmo, you can find all kinds of these things on Amazon, in the sewing section of Michael's and Hobby Lobby, which astounds me. I am not a seamstress by any stretch of the imagination. Sewing and I do not get along, but I love the sewing section because there's so many cool things over there. Gizmos and pretty ribbons and fabric I do other things with besides sewing, like cover bulletin boards when I was teaching. There we go. Tessa girl, you're just chatting away over there. Maybe she's telling y'all a story. There's our bookmark in here. And let's see. Oh, that's what I wanted here. I want to put, I need faith, and that's what fell on the floor and rolled under the table. So hang on, let me find it. Well, Tesla, come over here and help me find it, girl. Where's Mommy's stamp? Here it is. Oh, good dog. All right. Okay. Now, so again, this is from Unbounded Love. And I'm going to use 2 colors on the inside. I'm going to put Faith in Secret Sea. And then, oh, puppy, do you want to go out and sit with Daddy? Okay. Hang on. Okay. Poor little girl was just crying. Excuse me, please, girls. All right. And then this one says, is being sure of what we cannot see. And I hope my head doesn't get in your way, but I have to get where I can. Oh. But you know what? Okay, it won't fit. It did fit, but then I put that there. I'm going to do that or this. No, I think I'll do it like this. I kind of like that. Okay, so now we'll do the front. And for the sentiment, let's see, since this is going to be Secret Sea, I'm going to use Lost Lagoon for the sentiment. Okay, put that out of the way. And, ooh, let's put this up on with Pop Dots. Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay. And I just thought of something else. There's room on this since my sentiment's so small, and I have an idea. There's a really pretty stamp in the Beautiful Gallery bundle. We can use that. Oh, except I already put the dimensionals on there. Oh well, I'm gonna be daring and see if it will work. Everything else has gone crazy today, so let's just see. Gallery Blooms, that's what it was. Okay, I'm thinking of this stamp. Although, that's pretty too. But I like this, and I feel like since I've already got the dimensionals on there, and I shouldn't have, this image, if something happens and it doesn't stamp all the way, it comes out kind of, you know, broken looking. It'll still be okay, I think. Okay, you ready? Cross your fingers. Okay, that didn't work out so good, did it? Okay, see? But it's okay, because this is a lesson on what not to do and how to fix it when you do it. Because we've all done these kind of things, right? You can just very gently pull this up, and it will tear a little, but that's okay because we're going to replace it with another one of these. So we need the 4th largest. There we go. And let me run this through the machine. We're having a nice rain shower right here tonight. Of course, I say that, and the people in Texas and North Carolina are not real happy about the amount of rain they've had lately. But we've been dry, so this is great for us. Okay, now what I want to do is stamp off. I'll do it on the back of my directions because I want this to be a lot lighter. All right, and let's do it about right here. Oh, perfect. I like that lighter shade. And then we'll stamp again over to the side. What I probably should have done is stamped this in Lost Lagoon off and then this darker, but this still shows up fine, so just barely okay. Now let's put some dimensionals back on here again. Okay. There. All right, and That is all ready to go, but we'll put this on first. So our secret C to be first. Get it centered, and then the patterned paper, or designer series paper as we call it. How many of y'all are getting ready for Christmas stamping? Christmas cards? Not me. I'm so busy in the middle of 25,000 other projects. I haven't even thought about Christmas. I'm not really excited that the catalog is coming yet because I'm not ready. But I'm going to have to get ready because I have customers who love to do. I have one girl who's already done all of hers. Her cards are all made and she sends out like 60 a year. Yeah. All right. So I don't want that whole thing to go off. About right there. Okay. And I put it a little, not quite center. I wanted it off center a little bit further down. And then to finish it off, let's use these pressed flower motifs. And since this is popped up, I'm going to put the larger one down lower so that they don't stick out when they're in the envelope mailing, because the post office doesn't like that. They either charge you more or you have to put stuff over it so that it doesn't bump up and mess up their little machines. Maybe here. All right, what do you think? I think that turned out really pretty. Oh, I'm so tickled. Okay, that's it. Well, I hope you hung in there with all my little mess ups and blonde. This is definitely a blonde day. When I was in college, my roommates used to tease me about being blonde. All the blonde jokes were living at our boy, I'm telling you. Yeah. Every blonde joke on the planet. And the funny thing was, they'd tell blonde jokes and sometimes I wouldn't get them. That just made it even worse. Oh my goodness. Okay. I hope you have a great day. Please don't forget to check out my blog where you can find the PDF measurements for this. And what else? Oh, I'll put a list of products there too. And also, please like and subscribe by clicking on the bell. This really helps me because the more likes and subscriptions that my channel gets, the more often my channel shows up in search engines. Those likes and subscribes are what drive the search engines to find me. And that, of course, you know, that really helps me get a wider audience. So I would really appreciate it. And it also helps you because if you like what you've seen with me, you can be notified when I post a new video if you've subscribed. So please have a great week and a blessed day. I'll see you next week. Bye.